Why did you choose to get married to a poor family? Besides, my husband does not encourage begging. Imagine.
Now she wants to get what the little that we have. She's just so shameless.
Shameless indeed.
Hello. I'm Elsie Kimona.
My name is Kinwa. He is Mwaniki and he is Eddy.
Good to meet you all. But I was expecting 4.
Well, our youngest brother, Muga, he's not able to come today. But I'm sure that you would meet him sometime.
Is it a must for him to be here?
Well, I'm sure you 3 will represent him well. Please have a seat.
Okay. Is Mr. Mwako coming, joining us?
Yes.
Only to introduce your attorney, but I can see that's already done. You're in good hands.
We have no doubt about that.
Munga is currently occupied.
Very well.
Your sister will be joining us with her attorney. Are you aware of that?
Yes, but the question is why?
We're trying to work out on an out-of-court settlement, so to speak.
Well, you don't know Wamboya as well as we do.
Why do you say that?
She's self-conceited, mean, stingy. She thinks of herself as being better than the rest of us.
You see, she puts herself on a pedestal. Just because she was fortunate to marry a tycoon and happens to have more money than all of us, including our father's wealth.
It completely baffles me why she's interested in our family's wealth. And she has lots and lots of it.
She argues that it's not about the money. She has been generous and helpful with the 3, or is it the 4 of you?
Helpful? Did she call herself helpful?
The moment she got married into wealth, she turned her back on us.
She only appears when there's a family tragedy. It gives her the opportunity to brag and show off her brand new cars.
Yeah, or show us the 3 blocks of apartment that she's planning to put up in town.
She's doing this just to spite us, to show that she has some power over us.
Can I help you?
Someone is coming to explain to you.
Are you with her? Mwako was expecting us? Actually, Elsie told me to expect you.
Elsie?
Yeah, I guess it's the 2 of you again.
Oh, always a pleasure to work with her.
Just give me a minute.
Sure.
Are my brothers here? I asked, are my brothers here?
I wouldn't know.
What do you? You work here, right?
Yeah.
Are my brothers here?
I don't think... Anyway, I'm meeting your lawyers your brother's lawyers in a few minutes. Probably your brother's. I don't think she's at liberty to disclose things like that.
If you say so.
Is your mother comfortable with your actions?
She signed off with a letter with the administration, putting Wamboi out of as a beneficiary.
What's up?
Irene is here.
Great, send them in.
She's with the rich, naughty bitch.
That must be Wamboy Minor.
So send them in.
Yeah. Your sister is here with her lawyer.
Show them in.
I'll be right back.
What happened to the fourth will?
Your brother Munga is committed.
More like chickening out from your grand plan.
There's no grand plan.
Mother is backing me on this. She agrees that father's last dying wish was for me to get the town plots.
The town plot?
You have 3 blocks of apartments already. What do you need the town plots for?
Put up an office block.
Come on, you're already rich.
Just because I am rich doesn't mean that I should be disinherited from my father's legacy. In fact, I'm entitled to more than that.
What do you mean?
I'm informed that you've sold off the matatus.
Yes.
I need a share of that. And the lands in Shags, I need a portion of that.
But women do not inherit ancestral land.
Then I will be the first one. I am here to inform you that I am not negotiating anything with you. The matter goes to court and I will make sure I get everything that I deserve. Good luck, gentlemen.
A phone call would have sufficed to relay that information?
Well, see you in court.
Well, to court it is.
I'm the third born in the family, and as much as it saddens me, I'm the most successful of all of them. This is primarily because of my entrepreneurial spirit and my hardworking husband.
But many would argue that your husband is the only reason why you're wealthy.
Quite to the contrary, I met my husband, Jenga Minor, as an okay tea business person, and I pushed him to do better. We got our investments and minds into other business ventures, especially real estate, and our efforts paid big time.
Your family, especially your brothers, they claim that you have alienated yourself because you are wealthier.
Barlocks, that is total, absolute lie.
Why?
My brothers were given as much opportunity as I was given, probably even much better than I was. Our father gave us 500,000 each to use on what we wanted. I chose to invest with my husband when I got married. They chose to go for holidays and sprees. Am I supposed to pay for their lack of resourcefulness? Absolutely not.
When did your father pass away?
February 20th, and the next week, which was on the 25th, we buried him.
He left no will?
Not a written one, but he mentioned that I have a share of inheritance, which I would want the wish to be respected. And the fact that my mom is alive, I never thought there would be a problem with my father's assets.
How much is your father's estate worth?
I can't put a value on that.
An estimate?
Probably over 35 million.
So if we leave your mother out of the equation, that means you will be worth, say, 7 million?
Yeah, give or take.
After your father's burial, you went back to your matrimonial home with the presumption that if anything were to arise regarding the estate, you will be notified.
Yeah.
When did you realize that your brothers were trying to shortchange you?
I was told the conspiracy.
By whom?
My mother, Mrs. Viola Muriuki.
Mrs. Viola Muriuki signed off the estate and handed it to her sons in a letter of administration dated March 17th.
She was duped into believing that I had no interest with running of the businesses, and all I wanted was my share. And my brothers had claimed that they had provided that.
How was that?
Ask my mother. She's in this courtroom on the right side. Mother,
yeah?
Can you put up this matter to rest?
She will be given the opportunity when and if she's called to as a witness.
What did your mother tell you?
Not much. She mentioned it in an argument between me and her when I went to visit her.
That is when you discovered of your brother's treachery?
Yes, precisely. That was when I discovered that the letter of administration that my brothers had made my mom sign, I was not one of the beneficiaries, and my name was not mentioned. It's as if I was not one member of that family. And furthermore, I also discovered that they sold off the matatus and the manyangas and in an auction, and they split up the proceeds amongst themselves. And it took them 1 month, to sell off 14 vehicles, 14 matatus, 1 month. They also put up the town plots on sale. That is when I placed an objection to the proceeds of the administration of my father's estate, so that they may not sell the lands just as they sold the matatus.
Objection, my lord. As for the sale of the vehicles, it was scheduled to take place before Mr. Morioki died. So the question that the sons were looting is wrongly placed. The money from the sale of the 14 vehicles was put into one account to be divided equally once the administration had been finalized.
Your lordship, if that was the case, then why did Kenywa Muruki place the money in his personal account as opposed to the family bank account?
He's a family member. They trusted him.
Then we wouldn't be here, would we?
Putting the money in a personal account, that is the money from the sale of the vehicles, into his personal account can raise questions.
The family was aware of the sale. So putting the money into one of the family members' personal accounts...
Who is being sued by a family member? Objection overruled.
Thank you, your lordship, for that observation.
Mrs. Wamboi Maina, if your father's assets were to be liquidated, how much would you stand to inherit?
Approximately 7 million, give or take a mil.
Let's use the 7. How much are you worth as an individual?
Well,
How much are you worth, excluding your husband's estate?
On the higher side, 6 million.
6 million? Are you sure? It looks to me like you're not being honest. Care to go through the list of assets with me?
Objection, your lordship. My client's wealth has no relevance to this case at all. None whatsoever.
It does. The nature of this case has opened that door.
That is absolutely not the case. Your Honor, she's grasping at straws.
The state of her status, financial status, is not relevant. Now you ask another question.
Much obliged, your lordship.
Mrs. Wamboi Maina, what is the net worth of your brothers?
How should she know?
Miss Kamona?
She could give us a rough indication, my lord.
Why? What for?
Miss Kamona, where are you going with all this?
She claims to be a member of this family.
But that does not give her an obligation to know what her brother's financial status.
I will allow it. Go on.
Please answer my question.
I don't know.
A clever guess would do.
I have no dealings with them. How would I know that? Approximately 6.
6 what?
6 million.
6 million? Well, that's on the high side, but we'll work with 6. Their collective net worth is 6 million, making it 1.5 million apiece. And you are worth 25 million.
Objection, your lordship.
Do you even need this 7 million to add into your 25 million? While your brothers struggle with your 1.5 million.
Miss Kamona, you are beginning to wear out my patience.
I'm sorry, my lord. I lost control.
Your lordship, this has nothing to do with money, but my client's inheritance to her father's property. She's being discriminated because she's a woman.
It's got nothing to do with the 7 million. The 7 million is a drop in the ocean for her.
So we deny her inheritance because she is rich? That is absurd.
The only reason she's suing her brothers is to prove a point.
Which is?
Miss Kamona, do you have another question for the witness?
No.
Very well. Wamboi Maina, you may step down. Call in your next witness.
The plaintiff calls Miss Viola Muruki.
I object to calling that witness, my lord. She's the mother of the siblings who are involved in this succession wrangle.
Being the widow of the late Muruki, she's in a better position to tell us how her husband planned to divide the wealth.
Asking her to choose between her sons and her daughter is unfair.
She's not being asked to choose between her sons and daughters. She's simply being asked to tell the truth.
It boils down to the same thing.
Viola Morioki?
Yes?
do you feel comfortable testifying on behalf of your daughter?
Wote ni watoto wangu. Sitapendelea.
Sawa.
Your Lordship.
Mama knows best.
Ma'am, please, usitoe ushahidi.
Usiwe na wasiwasi. Nitasema ukweli vile baba yako alitaka.
I need a research done on a case that I'm working on.
Sure, I can help in that.
Okay. Hey, vipi?
Hi.
Wait a second.
Salama kabisa.
Just wait for me. Sikujua unakuja?
Credit kweli imekuwa ngumu sana.
Si ungeni flash. Ningekurudishia simu. Kama ungenikosa?
Ningongojea tu.
Hapana, sasa zingine kesi zetu wa nje Meru, mpaka Malindi.
Ningerudi wakati mwingine.
Okay. Familia iko namna gani?
Salama. Ni wazima. Lakini tabu kidogo.
Umekula?
Nitauka mapema sana.
Ya, pia mimi sijaweza kula leo. Twende basi tu.
Utanisaidia sana.
Mume wako alijua kuwa mtoto wenyu wa kike alikuwa na mali kuliko wale wa kiume?
Ndiyo.
Na kwa hii sababu alipendelea wale wa kiume zaidi?
Hapana. Aliwapenda watoto wake wote. Hakupendelea yeyote.
Kwa hivyo watoto wako wamelelewa bila mapendeleo yote?
Kabisa.
Mali ya Wamboi ilileta ubishi wa aina yote?
La, hata kidogo. Mzazi hufurahi watoto wake wakitajirika.
Kweli kabisa.
Sasa nikijibu swali lako, Wamboi alipomaliza university, aliamua kuolewa haraka na akaanza kufanya biashara. Kinywa akawa accountant. Mwaniki mwalimu. Ireri akapata kazi kwa bank. Na wa mwisho yuko university, anataka kuwa wakili kama wewe. Hao wote isipokuwa wa mwisho na atapewa, tuliwapatia $500,000 walipomaliza chuo. Kusema kweli, Wamboi ndiye alitumia hiyo pesa vizuri, ikazaa maradufu.
I see.
Wamboi asinyimwe mali kwa sababu ni tajiri. Anastahili urithi wa baba yake pia. Ndivyo baba yake alikuwa anataka, hata kama hakuwacha wasia.
Alitaja vile itagawanywa.
Alisema ploti za town zipewe Wamboi.
Ploti za tao?
Madhe, sasa ploti za tao.
Alisema Wamboi anaweza kujenga nyumba huko nyinyi hamwezi.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Murioki.
Miss Kamona?
I have no questions for the witness.
Mama, unaweza kukaa chini.
Munga, you're the last born in the family, right?
Yes.
Were you aware of your brother's plots to disinherit your sister?
No, not fully.
You are a signatory to the application for the letters of administration.
Yes, I was told it was to ease the transition of property from our dad's name to our names. I was told I'd be given some property, cash, and some houses, so I assumed everyone was in agreement with the letter.
And did you ask if your sister was included?
Yes, I did.
And?
And they told me that she was.
So basically you were duped just like your mother was. You only found out after you had signed the forms in the application letters for the administration.
Actually, I found out when my sister told me about it.
And how did you feel?
I did not like it. Wamboi is a nice person, despite obvious faults.
Nothing further. Thank you.
Are you aware that Wambui has been after the town plots for years?
Yes.
And that is all that she has ever wanted?
A town plot would allow her to put up town apartments, maybe even condominiums. She could support such a huge investment, and my dad knew about that as well.
How do you know?
She told my mother.
Were you there?
I wasn't there.
Nothing further.
School fees ndio unanimaliza kabisa.
Ni ngapi?
Unajua Joe, wewe ndio unasaidia sana kila wakati.
Unajua familia ni ya nini? What is family for? Kwa hiyo inamaanisha school fees unahitaji pesa ngapi yote?
12,000.
12,000. Na zinahitajika leo?
Leo, hata leo.
Habari yenu? Salamu.
Vipi, niwatengeneze chai?
Labda Joe. Mimi niko poa.
Mimi niko sawa pia.
Okay.
Sasa hivi unapeleka barua?
Napeleka barua sasa.
Tufanye hivi, pita kwenye laundry. Nichukulie suti zangu.
Okay, sawa.
Sawa.
Okay. Haya.
Nilizo nazo hapa hazitoshi. Lakini kile ninaweza fanya nitaweza kutumia zitakazobaki na simu kesho. Kesho. Hizi zitaweza kusaidia.
Nashukuru sana.
Sasa pia nunulie watoto kitu kizuri cha kula.
Nashukuru. Nashukuru sana.
Sio neno.
Na bro nashukuru.
Salimiana sana.
Tasalimia.
Haya.
My sister has been a stranger to the family ever since she got married and started making big money.
What do you mean, a stranger?
She only appears when there's a huge function, a wedding or death. It gives her an opportunity to show off. She's such a braggart.
Your mother and her have a very, very close bond.
That's because she's so conniving and always wanted her hands on the town plots for her own personal development. She started spending time with our mother during the last 6 months of my father's sickness. It's rather obvious why she became so close to the family when my dad was very ill. It all had to do with the town plots.
You're saying she doesn't care for you?
Not at all. Not even for our father. It was my brothers and I who took care of his medical expenses. His illness was long. And treatment, very expensive.
I hear he died of lung cancer?
Yes. It's sad. We did our best to prolong his life. It was difficult to run the business. The Matatu segment went down due to lack of proper management. That's why we sold them off.
Now that you mention the Matatus, where were the proceeds from the auction put in your own personal account?
We wanted to set up a fund for our mother. She wanted out of my father's biasharas, and none of us was even keen of running the Matatus. So we sold them off. The money gotten from that, if it went to the family account, it would take long to get signatures and documents in place. Having the money, the funds on my account, it was a shortcut of which we all agreed on.
With the exception of your sister?
Again, when she got married and started making millions with her tycoon husband, she was never keen on the happenings of the family. It was an attitude we got accustomed to for years, and we were not expecting a paradigm shift.
Naturally so. Why did you apply for letters of administration so soon after your father's death?
My sister had an eye on the town plots for as long as I can remember. I even vividly recall her coming to the office, my dad's office, this is when before he fell ill. She was trying to convince him to sell one or all the plots to her.
Why was she so keen on them?
The proximity to the CBD. Apartments in such areas would fetch quite some good money. It was purely money motivated. When my dad succumbed to cancer and he was lying on his deathbed, she came again, wanting the very same thing. Town plots.
So this whole mess has everything to do with the town plots?
Yes.
Nothing further.
How many town plots are there?
4.
So, if your mother gave one to your sister, there wouldn't be a problem.
My father's estate belongs to the family. My sister alienated herself from the family. Toka kitambo.
That's what you've said earlier. But if your mother was to give one to your sister, you wouldn't have a problem with that, right?
Yes. The family, the town plots belong to the family. To be developed by the family. If she wants to join the cause, so be it. But to have her trying to outshine us just because she has a fatter wallet, no.
So the 4 town plots for the 4 sons, eh?
She's married, and she's not entitled to any.
Because she's married? Or because she's a woman and married?
I'm not a male chauvinist.
Nothing further. Is it wrong to disinherit a member of the family who has worked harder, made the right choices, and is reaping the benefits of it all? Are we going to punish her for being successful? No. Does a woman cease to be part and parcel of her family just because she's married? Does she become a lesser child? No, not in this modern world that we live in. Wambui has a right of inheritance, and what belongs to her should be given to her. She's asking for nothing more and no less.
It's funny how this tussle has become a female rights flagship. This case has got nothing to do with gender, but has everything to do with financial opportunity. Money, money, money. That's it. Yes, Wambui Minor has a right to inherit from her father, but she's fighting for way less than she's worth. She's fighting for 7 million when she is worth close to 100 million if we include her husband's assets. So why is she here? She's here on a business venture. She's using the courts to expand her real estate business. She wants control of the town plots. That's it. Do you think she cares about the proceeds from the Matatu sale? No. Do you think she cares about the ancestral land? No. She is here to get richer. Because out of her entire family, she is the one person who has the capability to develop the town plots without a dent in her millionaire status. So the question I ask is, who is more deserving? The millionaire or the struggling brothers? I rest my case.
Hey, last born. Kuja hapa. Come here.
Kenyo, hi.
You switch cams, I see.
Listen, Wambui is our sister. She deserves
nothing. Nothing. Huh? Since you decided to side with our heartless sister, be sure to know, when this case is over and I am in charge, you too will see nothing and receive nothing.
Come on, but I only try to...
You made your choice.
Amekwambia nini?
Si kitu, mama, si kitu.
Unaenda wapi?
Kuchukua maji mengine.
Maji?
I was surprised by your testimony.
I know.
The truth, Mother. Did Dad want to give Wambui one of the town plots?
We discussed it. I was for the opinion that...
She would do a better job with it than me.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Wambui. Precisely.
She's your favorite.
It's not that. She's strong-headed, focused, and determined to succeed no matter the odds. That is a quality I don't see in you or any of your brothers.
Are you calling me a failure?
No, I'm saying you do not have the entrepreneur born in you. That's all. In all fairness, if she got the land...
She would be richer than us, and then she would walk all over us.
This is a huge misunderstanding.
There's nothing to misunderstand when the colors are in black and white.
Kenywa.
Save it, Mother. The fact is that she is your favorite child. You lied about the 500,000. You gave her 2 million. You financed her first apartment block and making her the millionaire that she is. But for the rest of us, we don't even have the entrepreneur brains. How did I know? I am an accountant, remember? Without the entrepreneurial brains.
Okay, you know, there's something we can do. No. You know,
What are our chances like?
It's unpredictable. The argument that Wambue's wealth is enough may or may not work.
Okay.
But we'll know in a few minutes.
Sure you don't want to change your mind?
Looks like someone's panicking.
You know, I'm just sparing us both, knowing how it'll turn out. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
All right.
This case demonstrates what typically happens when a man dies without leaving a will in place. The surviving family members are at each other's throats, fighting for every little cent in the estate. It is sad that a closely knitted family can loosen up over money. But again, it is not the first, nor will it be the last case. I observed that the contentious issue on the table is not the money per se. It is the 4 conducively located primal town plots that have the potential of oil mines. Put that out of the equation, we would have a very happy family. Let me hasten to point out that women are allowed and are entitled to inherit from their parents, and this too has come to my observation is not the problem. Wambui Maina, being a woman and a married one, appears to have had a bearing in the succession planning. In arriving at my ruling, I have taken into consideration the current financial status of all siblings and their mother. In the matter of Wambui Maina versus Kenywa, Mwaniki, Ireri, and Munga Muriuki, I exercise my discretion under Section 27 of the Laws of Succession Act and rule in favor of the petitioners and dismiss the objector's application.
What?
I declare that the estates to be divided amongst the widow and the 4 sons, as proposed in the deed of distribution filed by the petitioners.
I knew it. I knew Judge had to side with them. Pathetic little piece of trash.
My decision has been informed by a number of considerations. The nature and amount of the deceased's property weighed on my mind, as well as the existing and future needs of the dependents. The objector, Wambui Maina, is undoubtedly wealthy by her own standards and can afford to buy her own town plots. The deceased had made generous advancement and other gifts to the dependent during his lifetime, which I have also taken into account.
I object.
To what, Mrs. Maina?
To your chauvinistic ruling just because I'm a woman.
I am not surprised at your attitude, but rest assured that my decision was informed by the considerations that I have enumerated. My court is just, fair, and fast.
This is not fair. There's no justice in our court.
Weigh the next word that issues out of your mouth very, very carefully.
Mother, can't you see through this?
Please. Wambui, please. Wambui. I'm very sorry, Honorable Judge. So sorry.
You've not seen the last of me. I'm appealing.
She just had to walk to the bank.